The sky's falling! The sky's falling! Ah! Look, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there. There's a lot of media reports on everything that's going on in the housing industry. Rates are up. House sales are down. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at this and say, right here in our local community, what are the real numbers? Should we be worried? Let's take a look and see. First thing is, let's look at the houses that have actually been being sold. So for the last 2 years, it's a little bit hard to tell because 20 and 21 were very odd years in real estate. And we sold about 1,800 houses each month for 21 and 20. And this year, 2022, we only sold about 1,300 houses. That's about 500 less houses being sold this last month. Total listings for this year, from January until now, is actually the same as it was last year, right around 16,000. However, the total number of sales that we have this year is down about 10%. Does that mean your business has only suffered 10%? Because collectively through the whole entire city, we were only down 10%. So how is that impacting your business? Because the last 2 years were so crazy, I wanted to look back just a little bit further to see what is the normal trend here in Colorado Springs. What you'll notice on this chart, we have about 1,500 houses for sale in Colorado Springs. Now, if you go back 2 years before 20 and 21, you'll notice that's actually kind of in line with where things ought to be. You know, it's really hard to look at month-over-month statistics. Like July, as an example, is you're going to have higher priced houses and you're going to have more houses for sale. You want to look at everything kind of statistically. What season of the year is it? And when we look at that, we're going to say, okay, well, last September, what was the average sales price versus this September? We're actually up 7% compared to last September. So we are on an upward trajectory when you look at that on a year-over-year basis. Let's look at the average days on market. How long does it take you to sell a house for your clients? Well, right now, the average at PPAR here in Colorado Springs is 25 days. That's double what it was a year ago, but 25 days still isn't that bad. Another great indicator of the market is your year-to-date sales. Now, we just got out of the 9th month of the year. And so how many houses were sold? Again, if you look at 20 and 21, it's going to give you a little bit of a false view of what this market should be doing. So let's go back a couple more years, 18, 19. Let's see what that looks like. You'll see traditionally we're selling about 12,000 houses up to this point in the year. Of course, 20 and 21 were elevated, but we are right in line with where we've been for the previous years. Another thing to think about is here in Colorado Springs, we have 2 months of inventory, 2.1 months of inventory according to PPAR. Usually you hear, oh, it's a buyer's market, it's a buyer's market. That's what we're hearing right now. Well, a buyer's market is usually defined as 5 to 6 months of inventory. We have 2.1 months of inventory. So there's still a whole lot of action going on out there, a whole lot of houses being sold, and a whole lot of houses being bought. So when we look at all these numbers, what does that mean to you? As a real estate agent, as a homeowner, what does it mean to you? Is it doom and gloom? Do we have a whole bunch more bad stuff happening now? We all know that interest rates are on the rise. You know, we on September 27th, the average interest rate in the country just peaked over 7% just by a pinch. Now we've come back down. So what are interest rates going to do? What are house prices going to do? Well, if we look at the trend lines and we look at inflation and everything else, it may not be as bad as what people are saying. Now, there's a lot of people that are gonna shoot me for saying that, but maybe it's not that bad. There's still a lot of houses for sale. If we're selling 1,300 houses here in El Paso County, that's a lot of houses every single day that go for sale. That's a lot of opportunities. Maybe you gotta go, we call it the financial gym. Maybe you gotta go exercise a little bit more. Maybe you gotta go make a few more phone calls, get in front of a few more people, and maybe you need to do a little bit more. But you know what? That's just the season of real estate. There's one thing about real estate that you'll notice over the last 2 decades of me doing this. One thing I've realized is change is automatic. It's going to happen. We don't have to work at change. Progress takes absolute effort. If you want to be ahead of everybody else, and when that next cycle comes around, you're a killer at that point. You're just rocking it. What you need to do is stay focused right now. Don't let this time get you down. If you'd like to sit down and strategize with me, please give me a call. I'm Tim Chase at 719 Lending.